World language is a requirement for graduation, but you have the opportunity to choose which language you would like to study. And although you'll need 2 classes in the same language, you don't have to stop there. In fact, you can advance to the AP level and study more than 1 language. Regardless of the language you select, you can expect to spend a considerable amount of time learning vocabulary. Your teacher will show you a number of ways to study vocabulary, and you'll be expected to use the words in class. Your language tests will require you to know vocabulary as well.
Learning a language also means learning grammar. Grammar takes the vocabulary words you learn and makes them relate to each other so that we know who is doing what to whom, for example, or when an action is taking place. All languages have grammar rules that have to be learned. In your modern language class, you'll use your vocabulary and grammar knowledge to develop your reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills. Be prepared to use the language you're studying to engage in conversation with your classmates, perform skits, or give presentations. Acquiring a new language develops your critical and creative thinking skills. It also enhances your problem-solving abilities and improves your memory, self-discipline, and self-esteem. Progress is very easy to measure, and you can look forward to taking pride in your new abilities.
Studying French increases your appreciation of others and their cultures. French is one of the top 2 languages in more than 40 countries and is spoken by 125 million people on every continent. A strong command of French will also improve your English vocabulary, as approximately 40 to 50% of the English language is derived from French. Studying French could also greatly improve your score on the verbal section of the SAT and the ACT. In addition, proficiency in French will significantly improve your chances of being accepted to universities and graduate schools.
If you're seeking increased job opportunities and salary potential, the ability to speak French will be one of tremendous benefit to you. France is a world leader in the development of modern telecommunications, a market with explosive growth opportunities. The European Union, the second largest trading bloc in the world, recognizes French as an official language. French is also very useful if you're considering a career with the U.S. Foreign Service or the United Nations. In the case of the latter, French is the second most widely used language. France continues to be a leader and innovator in science and technology. French companies employ approximately 500,000 Americans, and U.S. companies employ nearly 600,000 people in France. Many former DB Indians have studied advanced French, earned college credit, and enjoyed a more expedient journey towards a major or minor in French to enhance their university study.
If you're considering a career in science or engineering, German might be a good language option for you. Many of the largest German companies are rooted in science and technology, and a recent study revealed that employees with German language skills could expect to earn an extra $125,000 over the course of their career. German might also be an attractive alternative if you're interested in a career in business. Germany was ranked 2016 best country in the world, largely due to its strong economy and culture of entrepreneurship. German has a reputation for being a challenging language. However, DB's German program provides ample opportunities to communicate with native German speakers and students from across the globe. We are part of an international network that uses their own social media site to prepare students to earn the German language diploma. This diploma is recognized by employers and colleges worldwide.
You can continue your German studies at DB up through level 5, which is when most students take the AP exam. Strong AP students have earned enough college credit to be halfway through receiving a minor in German. DB's German program also gives you the opportunity to travel abroad. Every other year, a group of DB's students travels to our partner school in Berlin, Germany for 3 weeks to get a first-hand experience on the German language and culture. Students live with a German family, help out in their host's English classes, and really get to know the city of Berlin. Then, the Berliners come to Kingsport to live with the host families and become part of the tribe. Sound interesting to you? If so, consider registering for German. It's ausgezeichnet.
Do you ever take things apart just to learn how they work? That's analysis, and Latin is the language of analysis. Words derived from Latin make up the majority of the specialized vocabulary of many trades, professions, and fields of study, even the most contemporary ones. For example, you may travel to Italy one day and see ancient Pompeii with the Classics Club. If so, you won't need to ask an ancient Roman for directions to the public latrine. But if you've learned some of ancient Roman's language, chances are you'll have a good start on acquiring the analytic knowledge required for almost any modern career track. Regardless of your career path, it's likely that most of your communication throughout life will be in English. But with the analytic power of Latin, you will raise your awareness about how language itself works. No language is more beneficial to your use of English than Latin.
Modern European languages are closely related to or descended from Latin, which is why it makes a great stepping stone to future study of modern language. Not only that, but conversational skills in any language come easier when you understand how language works. When colleges were introduced at the end of the Middle Ages, Latin was the language of instruction. From that point on until the middle of the 20th century, Latin was a core component of the school curriculum. If you're seeking a solid classical education that's rooted in analytical thinking, Latin might be the language for you.
China is a nation with a history that dates back more than 5,000 years. With 1.3 billion people representing 56 nationalities, China offers an abundance of diversity in culture, philosophy, architecture, cuisine, dress, and so on. Featuring the world's second largest economy, China is a key player on the global stage, and learning Chinese can provide you a number of opportunities, ranging from jobs, education, and travel to a better appreciation of the ancient culture.
You can learn Mandarin by participating in a number of interesting classroom activities. You can try to write with a writing brush. You can make dumplings to help you remember the word 饺子, one of the traditional Chinese foods. Coloring the facial mask makes you fall in love with Chinese operas. Paper cutting gives you a taste of Chinese art. You can participate in the summer camp in China every year with very little expense required. You can also take part in the Mandarin contest held in China and get a free opportunity to visit China. The Spanish language is practical, fun, and can take you a number of directions in life. There are 20 countries that claim Spanish as their primary language. In just the United States alone, there are 37 million Spanish-speaking people. World travel, study abroad opportunities, mission work, the medical field, military service, and hundreds of possibilities in the business world can all be enhanced by studying Spanish. If you're pursuing a career in the medical field or military, you'll be a great asset to Spanish-speaking individuals wherever you go.
The business world is full of internships abroad and other working agreements that are afforded to those who speak Spanish. The United States has many companies with plants and distribution sites in Mexico and the rest of Central and South America. In fact, our very own Eastman Chemical Company, located here in Kingsport, does a tremendous amount of trade with South America. Many DB students have studied advanced levels of Spanish to earn college credit, as well as work towards a major or minor in Spanish to enhance their primary degree. Students from DB travel abroad to study or complete mission work. Some participate in business internships and gain invaluable experience that will carry over to their career. Regardless of the extent to which you study Spanish, you will gain an appreciation for a culture that has tremendous influence over American pop culture. With a command of the Spanish language in your toolbox, the world is better, smaller, and more conquerable.
Dobyns-Bennett offers you wonderful options for language study. If you have questions about any of these programs, DB's language teachers will be happy to answer them for you. You will find their email addresses on the DB website.
We look forward to exploring languages with you in the World Language Department.